This message isn't for everyone. But if you keep restarting instead of continuing, stay here for a second. You ever notice how you'll begin something with full clarity, full energy, full intention, and then somewhere along the way, you stop? Not because it failed, not because it didn't make sense, but because the feeling changed. The excitement faded. The urgency dropped. The focus wasn't the same. So instead of continuing, you reset. You tell yourself you'll start again, this time better, this time more prepared, this time more consistent. And for a moment, it feels right, like you're taking control again. But then the same pattern happens. You start strong, then stop, then restart. Over and over again. I don't know who this is for, but that cycle isn't about discipline. It's about expectation. Because you're expecting the process to feel the same the whole way through. You expect it to stay clear, to stay exciting, to stay aligned every day. But it doesn't work like that. Every process has a middle, and the middle doesn't feel like the beginning. It feels slower. It feels repetitive. It feels less rewarding. And that's the point where most people quit. Hello? Stay with me for a second, because this is where things actually start to separate. The beginning is driven by emotion, but the middle is driven by standard. And if you don't have a standard, you'll keep going back to the beginning just to feel that energy again. But restarting doesn't move you forward. It just gives you the illusion of progress, because you're doing something, but you're not continuing anything. And continuation is what actually builds results, not perfect starts, not better plans, not more thinking. Just staying in motion long enough for something to compound. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need a new system. You need to stay inside the one you already started, long enough to see what happens if you don't stop. Even when it feels repetitive, even when it feels slower than you expected, even when it doesn't feel as clear as it did at the start. Because clarity doesn't stay constant. It comes back as you move, but only if you keep moving. So no, you're not inconsistent. You've just been training yourself to restart instead of continue. And once you break that habit, everything starts stacking. I don't know who this is for, but if this hit you, don't start again. Continue. If this hit you, I put something deeper together. Link in the bio.